Good evening, everyone. This is a 15,000 chip no limit Holdem tournament. I just sat down. I entered late, and the I thought I'd go over some of the basics of poker tonight. Uh, I don't know whether I'll even make it past the bubble in this tournament because I'm going to be explaining some things. But it only cost me 15,000 chips to get in, and I've got over 105 million in my bank account. So I'll make the sacrifice if necessary. Um, the in Hold'em poker, everybody gets two cards, and then they bet, and then the dealer will turn up three cards in the middle. It's called the flop. Then everybody that's in bets. Then the dealer turns up the fourth card, which is the turn card, and everybody bets. And if anybody's still in, they turn up the fifth card, which is the river card. And of course, everybody can use the two cards that they have in their hand plus all the cards on the board. And the high hand wins. Now, right now, I happen to be in the small blind, but because I just joined this tournament, they skipped over me. Um, at the Hold'em table, you have the button, and then you have the small blind, the big blind, and then first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth position. And the rotation goes in order this way. And, and the button also goes around the table. So, like I say, right now, I thought I would be in the small blind, but they let I'm sitting out this hand because they skipped over me and gave the small blind to this guy, the big blind to this guy, and I will not be getting the button. The button will go to this guy, and but I will get cards next hand, and um, the, uh, the cards that you get um, are important. You don't want to be playing poor cards, especially in a tournament. A no limit tournament where you can lose all your chips. You just want to play good cards. Now, if you get if you win a few hands and get your stack built up, then you can maybe maybe call on some mediocre cards like a 6-8 of suit, a suited 6-8. I'm going to call because I'm right before the button, and even though this guy raised, I'm going to call. Uh, I can get a straight or a flush, and what do you know? I flopped a straight. Okay, this is the best thing that could have happened to me. I'm just going to call here. Hopefully, this guy will call as well. Um, I have now. Somebody could have a Jack 8, and they would beat me. Um, but I think I have this. Um, I don't know what the Yonk is betting on, and he's from Canada, eh? Um, but regardless of what he bets, I'm gonna raise and put him all in. And he's got a pair of aces. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. See, he made a small raise with a pair of aces, and that's lesson number one. Do not slow play a pair of aces for exactly what you just saw. He had a pair of aces. If he would have gone all in, I never would have called. Okay, he made a small raise. I called. I flopped a straight. Okay, this happens to people all the time, and so the best, the most important thing I'll tell you tonight is do not slow play ace ace. I've got a 9-7 offsuit. I'm in the first position, so I'm going to fold. And let's see where I'm at. Like I say, I joined this tournament late. Late registration is still going for 10 more minutes, and a lot of these players play loose um, as long as there's they can re-enter, and I don't like that aspect of poker, but I mean it's common, and uh, people tend to be loose and call with cards that they wouldn't call with if there wasn't a rebuy available to them. And as a matter of fact, the World Series of Poker is coming up, and I see that Daniel Negreanu has has 1.8 million dollars to use for entry fees. Well, I just hope that if I play there, that I won't be at his table during the rebuy period, because I mean, he could just dig in his pocket and get money that people have given him and re-enter. Um, I tend to just play conservative. Here I have a king three offsuit. I'm going to fold it. Um, and if I was later, if maybe I was on the button or in the small blind, I would call with the king three. But I certainly wouldn't do it in this position. Anyway, so as you can see, these the tournament goes and goes and goes until everybody's knocked out, except one person. And I don't plan to play uh, well into the night here. I want to do about a 10 or a 15-minute video explaining what happens in regular Hold'em. Uh, I'm going to fold this. In a regular Hold'em game, you're only thinking about one hand at a time. Whereas in a tournament, you're thinking about the tournament and where you stand, and and how long you have to stay in the tournament to get paid. Because right now there's 636 people have entered this. There's only 388 left, and based on what the tally board says, 162 places will be paid. So right now I'm in 99th place, so I'm well within the 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 cash players, but there's still a ways to go with 390 players, and people are still entering. I will often enter these tournaments at the very last minute, simply because I don't like to play when people have the ability to rebuy. I mean, I played in a tournament the other day, and one guy had rebought 5 times. And I mean, they're, it's a matter of I guess how deep your pot. It's not even a matter of that. It's a matter of discipline, and so in any case, uh, when it gets right down to it, you know how to play. I've explained that. Uh, you've got the button, then the small blind, the big blind, and everybody else in this table plays in a rotation. And it gets down to what are good cards. And I tend to play what many U.S. players play, and that's high cards, aces, kings, queens. Um, I'm in the big blind, so I've already put in 100, and unless somebody raises, um, I might call with a 4 or 5 when it's only going to cost me another 100. I'm halfway in, so I have a chance of getting a straight, maybe even a full house or whatever. But I figured it was worth it for me to put in the extra 100 to see these 3 cards, and Now, if anybody bets, I'm out. Even though a 3 would give me a straight draw. But the good cards here are the king and the queen of diamonds, the 7 of diamonds. I actually have 3 diamonds now, 4 diamonds now. But my 4 of diamonds is not good. I figure that at least 2 of these people have a diamond, and it's going to be higher than a 4. So I'm out. And a lot of people chase flushes. I tend to not. Like I say, if it gets down to 2 cards and you need a diamond, 1 diamond, then yeah, it's probably worth it if you've got a high diamond. Now, I had 1 low diamond and I would have got a flush there, but I seriously doubt whether it would have been good. And now here I'm in the small blind. I've got half the ante in. I've got a king 8 offsuit, but unless somebody raises, well, there's the raise. I'm going to fold my king 8 because I've got 2,600 chips. I'm in good shape, and I don't want to spend another 300. I don't want to take 300 out of my stack with a king 8. Now, as it turns out, I would have hit a king, but the 8 was the downfall. Like I say, most players are playing. I tend to think would be playing with face cards. So here's a king. This guy played with a king 4. And this guy had a pair of 2s and he won with 3 2s. Anyway, it's just there's a lot of different theories about what cards to play, but I see people from all over the world. There are people from all over the world playing on Poker Stars, and I see people from South America and a few other countries that will call with just cards that no serious American player would call with, like a 4-9 offsuit. Um, uh, and they will do this sometimes even when somebody raises. Now, I've got a 2-5 suited. I'm going to fold it, uh, and I'm going to I'm going to cut this video off in just another minute or so. I'd like to invite you to watch some of the other videos where I'm playing in tournaments that are much more exciting than this. And this is like the 14th video that I posted. And I've had a lot of people like them. A lot of people subscribe. If you have a comment, be sure to leave a comment below this. And come back, subscribe. Hit that little button and subscribe, because this is kind of a random video that I made, but there are other ones that I make really good points on, and some really exciting tournament play. So anyway, that's it for this video. But I hope you come back and watch, and I hope I do well in this tournament. It's going to be a while. Good night, everyone.